press R on Corki. So
yeah.
That would have felt pretty okay. Vi is similar situation, but see what this final pick will be here in the bottom lane. As Alistair's still up.
Yeah, I think Duro maybe just is a cow. Nico is available as well.
I mean, this just means this lane that maybe Duckdown was thinking was going to be okay is now kind of a rough one that he's not going to have a lot of fun in. And it's just more engage for this comp that already has so much of it. The pick potential is high. The Nico is not a traditional like melee engaged champion, but can give you a lot of power as Gwen. If anyone gets rooted trying to close the gap onto Ruler, who already has an escape as well, then they're probably just going to get blown up. If you get rooted, then you get seismic shoved and you die. And the Vi ultimate is just not even a factor in those types of situations. I look at the Trundle here and I think Corki doesn't care if you're trying to pillar it.
We jump into the Rift for game 1. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for game number 1. Gen.G and KT facing off. KT with blue side. Oh, I forgot that it was against Gen.G.
Yeah.
That was back when it was truly 200 years.
Yeah. That was a very Aphelios favorite meta. Like, Aphelios was often first pick on blue side back then. About it. Crazy how things have changed. That was when Gale Force was a thing.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, this is an Atlas Wolf cast where we're talking about the past.
Yeah, no, exactly.
4 years ago, remember this thing? The lane swap actually here for Duro and Ruler.
Yeah.
They have a dragon lead, and they have Cryo and Grubs for a moment.
They have taken infinity% more objectives than Gen.G so far this game. Never mind, Duro's going to come in, find the double Pop Blossom. Dom is able to get some shots off, but that is still first blood onto the enemy jungle. Immediately answered there as BDD does get a kill, but down goes Way at the same time, and Gen.G going to alleviate that whole issue when it comes to the feats of strength things, as not quite the skill there for Dom. Went down to 1 health, though. That's kind of crazy.
Well, when your Rel has level 6 on Grub Fight, to me is about the fact that... Oh, okay. FS
Perfect is dead.
Okay, well, that issue with the Gwen getting ahead, we kind of check that box here for the Gen.G composition.
Yeah.
And like, white it out maybe out of the KT win cons and pretend it's not real. Maybe there's another win con they can find for this gen this year. And across multiple years. Like, I can see the headline now, like, have there been just one too many Chemtech souls in the LCK?
What's the deal with Chemtech souls in the LCK?
We collaborated with Tech Foundry.
Oh my God, Wolf.
And it's Chemtech soul, by the way. Yeah, we already knew this one, but just to show you guys factually. That
Ruler alive, and I guess he just never really was in any trouble. It's once again Perfect is dead. He is going to dash a bunch, but the scissors is still there.
Catch BDD and win that. He ends up just taking a plate in mid, and there's just no farm picked up here for KT as BDD flashes, misses the root. As it's a dodge from Ruler at the same time, you know, tomato to
things that they would like. Rift Herald might go over to KT here, but I mean, what's the cost? Every single time, Gen.G just taking so much more here.
Yeah, and like, they considered a contest here, but Duro does not have his ultimate. He will actually in 8 seconds. He really wants to make something happen, but they're not here on time. Like, CHOVY also had Weaver's Wall. The fact that this Herald take seemed like it was a freebie, and Gen.G were like, I'm not sure. Maybe we could actually get that too. Because here's that Weaver's Wall.
Yep, it is going to come through just to try and take down this turret. And that should be working out here as Duckdown does walk up. Cuz is moving in as well. Deadly Flourish doesn't find the mark. That's a fantastic Tangle Barbs. That will be able to lock down this turret. Duro is getting my POM so far.
You didn't see why Duro's 1-1 and 3, but you saw a 2k gold lead for Keen and a 40 CS lead. 0 versus 0-2. You're like, oh man, it's Keen, but no, it's not.
Oh no, the bullying of Perfect has continued. This is just emotional warfare here. I mean, as Perfect is just not allowed to play the game.
T1 employed this strategy at the road to MSI, which was kill Perfect and you win the game. But in this game, I feel like more than a series, more than Perfect's individual performance, right? It's like he got caught by Duro twice, and then the third time they just grouped and killed him. And the Ambessa, like we talked about at the very beginning of the game, like you talked about before the game even opened, it's like, this Ambessa is so important to the comp. It needs to function so that the Jhin can function. And now it's
a clerical error.
It could happen.
And hopefully, you know, if we can't chrono break it, we can address it in the next game.
Have you considered that scissors could also be used as a temporary paperweight? Like, it's heavy enough to keep the paper down in most cases.
That's a really good point. And theoretically as well, if you did crush paper enough, you could make it heavy enough to be a paperweight itself.
Yeah. With Wayne the Rock Johnson on top of it.
Oh,
And Keen on top of Wayne the Rock Johnson, and then it's like, that's where Perfect is.
Yeah, watching him do arts and crafts. It's all right. Public execution comes through. Perfect actually getting involved for once as Keen will get a taste of Perfect's medicine. And it doesn't feel fantastic. That's BDD getting another kill for himself at the same time. But
that's
in the meantime, yeah, CHOVY is also picking up an inner turret.
Canyon is going to catch Duckers.
Face. Oh, never mind.
Canyon's going to catch Duckers?
Oh, no. You were so good. You were so good. Okay. He's going to be spotted. It's fine.
Woo! Canyon's going to catch Duckers?
Okay, he is going to catch him. He thought that he was safe. Does flash out of the way, though, and now the rest of KT have made their way over. The curtains have been called as Canyon gets that bullet to the face.
Oh, no. Gold graph that flatlines is a good thing for the team that's behind.
Yep, absolutely. As Artican is not often a good thing for the team that's behind, as Tanglebob's just barely missing. That was actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't think they could do this because CHOVY's about to have his Weaver's Wall back, and he can get here really quickly. I mean, Ruler almost has 2 items, he just hasn't transformed because he got it so fast. And they are looking to come over here for the contest, and it's going to take some real fancy angles from Perfect, I think, to win this fight. He's just not even committing in. Yeah, they're going to leave.
Splitter as Crashdown does get way out of there. CHOVY going to find the shove, though, and oh no, the Rel is just being caught out, and we'll just be eating for breakfast. Keen coming on over trying to kill this ward. Perfect is just teleported in, but it's a 4v5. Realm Warp to try and get KT out of there. They do, all 4 of them make it to relative safety, take a phosphorus bomb, but this is just going to be them giving over the Artican. If this steal comes through, that would be funny.
It won't happen. But I think the problem for KT on the initial setup is if you don't get anything out of it.
Dragon, which is now up and available, and they do have control of the area. Duro trying to get himself out. The flash forward from BDD to try and lock him down. Public execution is enough to finish him off, and now Keen is in amongst it, and maybe that's the way he likes it. Down goes Way, and now the cease and desist comes through, cuz ain't tanking anything, as at least BDD gets 1 back on the back end of that play, but still, they're not taking a Dragon off this one, and it is just BDD against the world.
He's going to get Weaver's Walled in.
Here's the world, by the way.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of rocks.
And there you have it, BDD's first death of the game. And I think they have so much vision actually in this area that they know no one can heal for them. The problem is that wallets are pretty heavy, and that's an extremely fed Gwen that you just fought into a choke point for. So it doesn't work out.
All right, there's a seismic shove. Perfect going to lose half of his health bar just from that alone. Deadly Flourish is going to be the answer here, though, as now Cuz is going to turn up. Pop Blossom going wide, does get the flash out as a cease and desist from Canyon. Looks almost suicidal, but Keen makes his way in, and BDD is getting cut down, but loads of flashes going to be utilized. The Talia has fallen, and Keen now frontlining, but no one else is there to help out, and KT! They just take both solo laners.
Canyon is alive here with Smite, of course, on this buy, but it's a one-way ticket if he is going to steal. Gen.G have to somehow poke through this, but I think this is just gone.
Well, let's see whether they can actually get in there and make this one a 50-50, because Ruler's got a lot of poke. The turn is going to come through. The pillar is fantastic. Way finding some CC. As now, Perfect trying to get himself out of there. Ruler is just doing so much damage. Way is dead as an afterthought, and KT... yeah, an optimistic Baron.
I actually thought the Baron take was okay, but you either have to burn it and commit or turn faster, and Way's positioning on the turn was not there. He didn't have his ult because he used it in the last fight. So he was kind of on the top of the Baron there that didn't get a crash down. The turn was really awkward. And then CHOVY shows up. Like, if you're just a little bit faster before that Talia shows up, maybe you could do it. Keen. Top side of the fight, of course, completely a wash here for Gen.G. And then Keen's like, all right, I did it once, I'll do it again. Not quite enough resistances this time.
Yeah, Gen.G off the back of this will be able to pick themselves up the Baron. And so, yeah, the good news for KT is swiftly eradicated. The Realm Warp there from BDD was actually so cute.
That arm guard was so long.
Yeah, very soon.
And, I mean, they're just going to get this Dragon for free. And for them, they're kind of just going, well, we've got all 3 lanes pushing. The only way we lose this game is if we try to hard push a little bit too far like we did last time. And just wait, take the Dragon safely. 4-1 it a little bit with our Talia. And we probably won't get an inhib off this Baron, but our lead is so big that we just go straight to the next Baron.
Yeah, there's only 30 seconds left, so it's not likely that they're going to be able to do too much with it.
Yeah, I don't think they get anything unless KT mess this up.
Yeah, it's a pretty fresh reset, so Gen.G still wanting to try and utilize this last 20 seconds. As Duro won't be finding anyone there with the Blooming Burst. as Gen.G will be able to get this wave at least to test KT.
CHOVY does have a nice angle here.
Yeah, Weave as well. He's just going to bring them all out of the way. Seismic Shove is going to go wide, but look at that turret. Well, I mean, you can't because it's gone in an instant. Blink of an eye, and it does go down.
With big fourth item.
Oh, Duro, he finds both carries even after the flash. Cease and desist comes in. Down goes Doctom immediately. The Nico is going to fall, and at least they get... No, they're not going to get beat. Oh, there it is. Down he goes. A double kill for Keen as CHOVY's throwing rocks around. Perfect does have to flash as BDD gets a Void Star from the grave that he might be able to use in game 2, because I think it's likely that this one is just over. Flash out from Cuz, and he just gets Phosphorus bombed to the face. That Infinity Edge is working real well here for Ruler as he finds a double kill. And Gen.G collect the ace, and they will win this game. And guys, it wasn't close.
It was not close, not even for a moment. There was like one hiccup on the top side, but otherwise, start to finish, Gen.G dominant. And maybe Gen.G and Arnold trying to talk to Secretary General of the LCK, be like, I think next year we might have to change the format where we have 3 groups.
Very cool. It's like a sports anime type of vibe. I'm into it. Yeah, Gen.G did way more damage than KT. KT just...
The thing about the Xayah into this draft, if it wasn't Ezreal, I'd be like, yeah, great. Like, you are running into Skarner, Galio. Like, they're going to be in your auto attack range. You're going to get a ton of feather value. You have great turn in this draft. But into the Ezreal means that setup on objectives becomes a lot harder. It's not unplayable, but it's certainly... Ruler has all the cards. Like, he holds... The ball's in his court when we set up 4 5v5s. And if Gen.G have Prio, which, you know, look at the stats for that, it's pretty Gen.G favor. They usually do have objective control. They usually do have vision control. They're usually massively ahead in gold when we get to the late game. It's a little bit concerning. And then Poppy's up, so you picked Rakan, and Duro's just like, well, I know what the answer to that is. I just, if you're going to go straight into Xin Zhao and then you're going to go, aha, they picked Rumble, I see that, and I just go Ornn, then I want to see something that when this comp comes together, I'm like, damn, I really liked how they rounded that
deal.
up.
See whether KT can utilize it, though. That's the big problem.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Onto the Rift to see whether KT can bring us to the 3-game banger. And I think and also I want to delve into the
We're going to have to talk about what Ezreal feels good when he has a jungler that's going to slam somebody into a wall.
Yeah, Canyon is just going to throw a rock into this bottom lane. Decent little knock up there from Wei. It doesn't get stunned into the wall, as now Dura going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. That was not the dive that Gen.G were looking for, but they're still sticking around. They've held onto this wave, so they might be able to get another opportunity, but these health bars are not very high, and Wei is holding this wave just offside. Canyon just going to flash in, though, and there is first blood. Never mind.
All Canyon has to do...
just takes a little bit longer as Ruler almost died. They are officially behind.
Yeah,
as of right now.
Official, they're going to lose the first dragon here. Now, Cuz is going to try to make a play topside onto Keen.
Keen is going to try to recall. This is not going to work. Cuz can make the wind become the lightning.
He doesn't have his ult either because he already used it. Try to clear the wave to get that recall. He's probably just going to have to walk out.
Yep, he is going to be able to do that.
He still has TP, though.
He misses a large wave because he's not teleporting back to this one unless he wants to die.
Sure, he's going to have to back and then TP bottom side as Ruler is coming up. So some minions lost here, as in fact Duro is the one who TPs first. This is a little bit awkward here as Ruler can't quite get back.
Yeah, Plate Gold is coming on over as, the cannon's actually collected for Ruler. Kind of nutty that he's able to get that money. That feels very, very good. And Ruler and Duro able to set
CHOVY to back moments before, and CHOVY didn't quite have his TP up, so had to back and lost some minions there, and is now forced out completely. Now that he does have his TP up, he will be able to go straight back to lane, so it won't be the end of the world, but BD's finding these angles, finding these opportunities, finding these flashes. Certainly a small victory. Again, we talk about these small victories for KT, but getting small victories against Gen.G feel like getting massive victories. The hardest team to get.
Canyon is going to make his way in here. Cuz set up, but Duro does have the inside track. Doctom going to come on over. He actually blast coned his way in. There's the impale, but Cuz still keeping himself relatively safe. The flash out there from Cuz as they go back in looking for CHOVY. That is going to be the kill. It goes over to Wei, unfortunately, but they'll take it. They're going to even things out. Now the stun is going to connect, and the 1-2 punch here of the Xin Zhao Annie is going to work until they are evicted from the play. And Cuz just goes down. There's the knock up as the answer might actually be here, and there it is. Feathers get pulled back. Wei might be dead, but BDD is just going to wander his way back in. No mana to speak of, but he is still scary enough to get rid of Gen.G.
They're
a little bit of tempo back.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really aggressive play that cost Canyon this flash, right? Really doesn't have cleanse anymore.
Oh, we got a ward going into this brush. They spot all 4 members as the equalizer goes down. Goodbye, jungler. Thanks for the leash, says Gen.G, as Canyon very comfortably steals that away. The Ornhorn going to come down as he just turns his way out of it. Oh, no. Oh, well, going to be the difference here is Chovy could, like, I mean, he is in a lot of trouble. There's not a lot of justice in that punch as a bear goes down. He taunts them all, and they're like, yes. And then they kill him. And that is going to be Feats of Warfare actually going over to KT. So just a turret.
Push up to almost melee range on that turret without any fear. And Chovy shows up now. Does have his ultimate, so skirmishing here is going to be really tricky. And Keen has a teleport TP.
No teleport for Perfect. You cannot fight this KT.
There's no way.
Yep, Duro is just going to send Cuz away. And that is a guaranteed take on the Rift Herald. KT still wanting to look for something here. I'm not sure about it as the equalizer goes down. And Wei able to use that quickness, getting himself out of the way as Doctom's so incredibly close to dead, but will be able to keep himself alive. And the question I have is, like, why? Yeah. Why are we fighting? Why are we doing this? The flash out from Cuz gets him to safety, but why does he need to get to safety? As Wei is almost dead, he gets out, but why? BDD flashes in! And I think I know why he was looking for a kill, but I just don't know whether he's going to be able to find it, as now they're able to back away. KT, we don't have to.
No. And, like, all right, Canyon is just going to make sure they don't try to defend this turret, but remember when I asked the question about who does BDD ult if they don't have any prio? Those, he didn't do anything until he ulted randomly at the end. Entry for Perfect. He's like, you can't get in here. I'm not going to allow it. Not going to let that Ornn actually Ornhorn this fight. And we have complete control on the bottom side. Chovy's like literally chasing him to the mid turret now. He's like, yo, you are not actually coming to this objective fight. KT, I'm going to deny you the fight you shouldn't have taken last time. This time you just cannot even get there. And that's the free dragon.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And with no cross map, no return.
No.
Wei?
Yeah, he didn't even have ult, so it wasn't like he was going to set up for a huge play anyway, but equalizer goes down, and Gen.G looking to take that Drake and then move on and grab this turret. In the meantime, Chovy is in the top lane, taking the outer turret up there.
So it's Gen.G who gets the objective and the cross map, I see.
Yes. Gen.G is taking the objective. Yep. I reckon he can have my soup vote, 100%. He's looking real good.
He's just had a phenomenal game on a pick that's really niche right now, but suits the draft, and he's one lane with it. He's got both of the kills. I don't have anything bad to say. Only positive things.
When in doubt, Otacon.
I mean, they're trying to force an unfavorable fight with the power they have.
Teleport now. Teleport now, Perfect. Perfect, teleport now.
Not teleporting now, he's teleporting far away.
Okay, he is going to teleport now, at least. As there's a knock-up on the Canyon. They want to be able to take down the jungler. He's so tanky. Still, he's able to deliver a gargoyle and flash away. Tibbers gets ulted on. True Shot Barrage this time is not going to find the mark. Neither does the equalizer really, although Doctom is so incredibly low. Chovy dives in, gets the Featherstorm out here as Doctom uses the barrier. Canyon, he manages to snipe him. Down goes the Lover's Duo. The Ornn is picked up, and it's an instant triple for Ruler, who is now 5-0. 100% of the kills here for Gen.G.
Not 100% kill participation, although he technically is. He's just
he has
100%
that
kills. Well, that may just be the backbreaker in this one. What was a relatively close game until Gen.G ended up getting too much control, and then a desperate Otacon now means KT just got nothing. And it looked so good until Canyon's Impale. Like, just too much Gen.G, too good of Ezreal play, and
this is Ocean Soul.
It is.
Maybe, like, if Ruler does get every kill in this game, maybe we do have to give him pause.
I'm kind of okay with the concept.
I do think it's probably still Duro. You might be right, but if he does get every kill in the game, that would be pretty. He just missed a cannon. Never mind.
A team like Gen.G just have to go hide on bush and hope for the best.
I mean, it's Molten Edge time as well, so at least Doctom is doing a bunch of extra damage. BDD does take down Duro as they set the trap and look to take... Canyon's drifting has been so sick today.
He's the only Skarner player in our league right now, and so he is by default the best, but if everyone was playing Skarner and I watched this game, I'd be like, well, he's the best.
Yeah. Ruler is going to take down in
like,
get himself out of the way. As Canyon, I mean, it was a cool play, but I think maybe he heard us saying that he was like super cool and stuff, and then he does that thing where he goes a little bit too far.
I don't know, he just panned over and I watched Duckdom with his ult get impaled. I was like, that's a good play, but...
They are flashing in. Great quickness play there onto Keen as the equalizer is in a decent position. The gargoyle delivery is so good, and Keen picks up the first kill for not Ruler in this game, and Ruler is a bit angry about that, so he's going to grab another one for himself as what goes up must come down, and that equals another double here for Ruler. 7-0 here for this Ezreal, and now Wei is getting chased down. True Shot Barrage, if that connected, he was dead, but he is not.
Wei knows about True Shot Barrage, just to figure that out.
He has, now that he's been, at the receiving end of it.
Well, the idea for KT, I think, in this one is Canyon gets an impale, and it's like, oh my god, he got ducked off, but there's no follow-up, and they're like, okay, this is our Ian. There's no impale anymore. They're out of position. We can force this fight. He was there, I think, 100% you smashed that fight, but he just wasn't there in time.
Yeah, well, he's here now. There you go. The Ram. All right, we get a Bellows Breath. There's a nice knock-up onto Ruler. I mean, nothing's really going to come of it as the Arcane Shift gets him out of that grand entrance because, the impale's so good here from Canyon. Once again, Ruler gets his 8th. He's legendary. He already was. I mean, it's Ruler, but he's going to grab a 9th here on the back end. As Gen.G, I think they want to go home. I think they're kind of done with this one as they are looking for their first inhibitor of the game. Keen was in the bottom lane, by the way, guys, pushing this Baron wave towards this inhibitor, and they'll take 2 at the same time, which is kind of what they've been doing all game.
Yeah, that's really a great way to put it. Atlas says, okay, maybe we get one?
Nah, it's Gargoyle delivery. That's what's going to come on through here as CHOVY puts himself in position with a great Justice Punch. The Nexus, it belongs to Gen.G now as Ruler, bobbing for apples, takes down Dr. BDD, the next one in trouble as they just destroy them on their fountain. And Gen.G, yeah, they'll make swift work of KT here today.
Is it Ruler palm? Like, he got 10 kills.
Absolutely obliterated that game.
Yeah, I think he just kind of steals it from Duro. I actually think I have to give it to him. Like, I mean, Duro did take Perfect out of the game in game 1 and had some pretty good poppy moves in game 2, but you have a game like that, you kind of just take it away. I hate to do it because it's like sometimes you feel like you're voting for